Hello, and thank you for joining me here at High Priestess Healer. I appreciate you and your likes, your comments, your subscriptions are greatly appreciated. And today I'm going to do, let's see, I guess we're doing one for, who did I say? Aquarius, okay? So this one would not let me put it back, unfortunately, because I've just used it yesterday, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this one. Again, the sun, that was on the bottom last time. So very much going through a transformation, receiving lots of abundance, finding out new truths, finding out information that you needed that would lead you towards your happiness, being back in your power, in your element, getting things done, taking a leadership. It's fire, it's warm, it's passionate, it takes action, and it's calling you to take action. For those who are taking action, that's the reason why you're receiving back, okay? Now is a great time to give and receive, give and receive. It's a perfect time. The more you give and the more you're grateful, the more the universe and Heavenly Father want to bless you with, okay? It says, see beyond your current situation, okay? See the bigger picture, okay? See through the smoke and mirrors. What is truth from error, right from wrong? That actually would make a lot of sense with this card that just flew out, these three that I just couldn't put up. So discernment, number 20 or 2. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. So yeah, being able to see people with compassion, with greater wisdom, right? Like from a higher perspective, like from like the divine, you know, like from source, to see their souls and not just, you know, what they're saying, what they're doing, or their outer shell, their, you know, human form. So that's a very pretty good card there about discernment. And just to add on to that, I just want to add that for discernment, you know, before you meet somebody, you meet their energy first. So when I say be discerning, I'm saying use your intuition. How do you feel around that person? How do you feel about that idea? And so ask yourselves questions too, if you're, you know, learning, growing, and if you're transforming, you know, and then decide where it is that you want to be. Okay, so anything that's hidden is going to come to the light, from other people or from your subconscious. But this is a time for healing, of great healing. And so they say get out into the moonlight, do your, you know, letting go rituals, be detached, you know, yet still loving and compassionate, like the discernment said. It's more time to love ourselves, to be gentle with ourselves, and just be more tender and give loving care to ourselves, okay? Take note of intuitive messages. So again, it's like the third time they've said to follow your intuition, basically. All right. Let's see if we can get just one, please. Thank you. Oh, a lot of them want to come out. Okay. They have a lot to say. I can see that. They only gave me one card yesterday, but they want to talk. They want to, yep, they want to communicate. Okay. I thought this was going to be doing like some kind of a love reading, but let's see. That may come out too. I'm pretty sure a little bit of everything usually comes out. But these ancestors did want to talk today. So ancestors of those calling, we call upon their higher selves and bring in their energy, and we call in their ancestors and mine and our spirit guides, Holy Ghost, and we ask to please, Lord, bring us in charge. I saw charge, so I said that. Bring us. As soon as I said Lord, the Lord card came out, so that was kind of a confirmation too. Okay, and so it says take charge with authority. So this is like an Aries card. This is, like I said, someone bossing up, the sun is bright on them because they're doing hard work and they're gaining their, you know, their harvest, and they look pretty much determined. So it's like, I like this about my life. I don't like this about my life. This is what I want to accomplish, and this is how I'm going to do it. These are my plans. And, you know, this person also, though, is very, you know, they can take charge and they can go fast if they need to, but they also know when to take things slow and when not to. So this person is a very, very grounded and stable person. Very, very wise, lots of knowledge and tons of wisdom is what they say. Very connected to their heart space, and you know, just learning, I think, to communicate. So this might be you. You know, they say roles can reverse, so I don't know if anybody else comes out. I'm going to use the tarot also. But I'm kind of getting this for you again. Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing time. So we're just talking about you right now. Although this one could be someone that is coming into your life. And Spirit Fox here is to tell you that that's what I'm doing. It could be a medicine man. You can see they've got some kind of feathers there. These are very clever. So this, which I think they're talking about this person's characteristics, but it's also saying trust your talents in changing times. So we're evolving and we're changing, and we're having a global paradigm shift, okay? During this global paradigm shift, it is a very changing time, therefore challenging for some that do not know how to go with the flow. Okay, and so now I've got here the storyline of a girl who is defensive, clear on what she knows. There's no BS with this girl, but she knows when to be a warrior and she knows how to be a lady. But there is an inner warrior in this person that can come out at any second. That sounds like me. I'm a mama bear. We love to be so loving, but, you know, when you're around our loved ones, I am tethered to them. So make plans and focus. See, she's very focused. All right. So in these changing times, what are you changing? Stay laser focused and determined, and take charge with authority, like the first card said, and to trust your talents. Okay, they're growing at the time they need to. Ask for help with them, but they're needed in this global paradigm shift, okay? And then the last that I want to share with you is the most beautiful here. It says snake. And I'm not talking about something that's bad, you know. I'm not talking about something that's poisonous or bad. This is actually healthy, to be quite honest. It says shed old skin. So if you're taking charge and your talents are growing and you see times are changing, or you want things to change in your life, and you're making plans and you're focusing and you're moving in that direction, then that means you had to have let go of the old. That's shedding the skin. That was yesterday's theme, pretty much, was about letting go. And that was actually told to us by the what was it, medicine mother, from the same this same deck here. This is the Ancestors and Angels deck. Okay. All right, so now that we have a little bit of information here about this scenario, I'm going to read these other two here. All right, so there we go. Notice that there's two people and then there's two animals. So it's there's also, this is, I mean, it could be an air sign too. There's your sword, and this could be an Aries. So, I mean, it could be an Aries, and it could be an air sign. And the fox spirit is, you know, trusting of themselves, and they're asking you to trust your talents in these changing times. And so whomever is giving this person support and direction seems to be working, because she's bossed up, she's looking good, and she's, you know, got these muscles, she's determined, and she's just like ready to take on the world. So we got this communication card, if you want to snap that shot and meditate on that card. Looks like it's number 14. 4 plus 5 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So we could be talking about change. So there might be some communication that comes in and changes something. You get some kind of information, communication, so it could even be enlightenment about something, and that would be help you to have new precepts and shed your old skin, okay? And, you know, if that happens, then great. Now you're ready for a new beginning. This looks like a page, right? So like somebody who's young, who's new. So if you are with somebody or someone coming in, it could be someone a little bit older. Or this one can just be like really, really young at heart, you know. Like, I am very, very young at heart. And my motto is, if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right. Okay, so let me see here. Let's get out these little tarot cards. Okay. And this is for my, let's see. No, Aquarius. I don't know what I said in the beginning, but this is for Aquarius. There's a card here about intimacy, so that may be something that these two have in common is intimacy. It says the energy of intimacy supports us trusting that we are safe to allow closeness. So they're saying, you know, if there wasn't closeness in this relationship here, then you may now decide that, you know, given whatever enlightenment you have, you now are able to allow yourself to feel loved and express love, you know, and be more tender-hearted and caring as you deal with each other, whomever you're dealing with. And doing so, trying to see things from their point of view and in their shoes and feeling their feelings. And that way you can, you know, really help them through it, you know, or feel what they feel so you can empathize with them, right? So again, with the discernment, you know, someone could be head in the clouds, foggy headed, lots of options, don't know what to do, all up in, you know, their head about a person, about material or money, or someone who's isolating themselves, you know, maybe avoiding things or people, or just refusing, so the denial, or staying in toxic relationships, or allowing their tongue to speak evil, you know, harsh words that hurt, and not sure what things to focus on that will bring them happiness and success, and not wanting to look back with regret and be like, wow, you know, what if I'd done something different? What if I'd, you know, done all the things that I wanted to do, and was the kind of person I wanted to be, and did the things and went to the places that I wanted to go, you know, not like, oh wow, I was supposed to have victory in this life and I didn't go after it with all my gusto. But to me it looks like you should not worry, because there is victory. So you do get through the hard times, through that 5 of Wands, bantering back and forth. Looks like you may have made a decision on something about a lover that's going to bring you happiness and healing. And now that you made that decision in the ethers, it looks like, you know, there is a pending new beginning that can happen with the Empress to move forward, not in, you know, openly, and receiving, there's a receiving of some kind of cup of love in the future. And you know, you're waiting for this. You already know, you're planning on, you know, jumping and taking a leap, because you believe that way is the right way, and it's going to bring you joy. So for some of the people, it will be, if you use your discernment right. Okay, you know, if you are, you know, have yeah, if you use your discernment right and not the fool, you know, don't be the fool. Take calculated risks, you know, act on promptings, you know, spiritual promptings. So yeah, we are also reading for somebody in the relationship to be balanced enough and just enough so that they won't cause pain and agony to the King of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles, because he's the King of Pentacles, he's saying, and she's my Queen of Pentacles, and they also want to be your King of Cups, is what I'm hearing, and that you don't belong, you know, where you're at, and deserve better. Like, there's things going on that are not loving, is what I'm seeing. A little emotional imbalance, but I see it actually getting calmer, and you beginning a new, I guess, ending a cycle at the moment, and are transforming a lot faster, because of you've already gone into the hermit mode again about something new. You know, you're waiting on something to come in, waiting on something to grow. Just, I don't know, this person looks like they're idle, and I don't like that feeling of this card. You know, it's like, don't sit and watch. Do something while you watch. I know, it's growing. It's going to take time. You know, a little cucumber starts like this, and gets big. I know, we grow them every year. So, there's somebody in the relationship that didn't feel self-fulfilled, but there's an ending to whatever that was, and they walked away from those emotions after having really worked really hard on them. They're at a state of self-fulfillment, and are really lucky, feeling really glad to be through a hard time, and to release and walk away, and shed old skins. That was a hard thing to do. You know, when you shed skin, so to speak, you shed part of your old self. It's, you know, ego dying, but growing more love in your heart. I know these are upside down. I don't know. I've never read them upside down, but that's what Spirit's telling me to do right now. So there's an offer, and it's in the ethers. It's headed your way. It's there for the taking. It's a blessing. The spirit realm, your creator wants to bless you. They want to bless you in your marriage in particular, or in your partnership. So I know this is a coin, and a lot of times it's usually about like finances and career and stuff like that. But I'm getting more of a notion that it's, yes, money, but more importantly, they say, my guys are saying, love, because they say love is what matters, you know. And when you love yourself and you're loving others, then then you can have this blessing. You can have this blessing, a bigger blessing. So it grows. You know, as your love grows and you do more things that are loving, you know, more opportunities come to you, more blessings come to you. I see that, you know, there's no, how do we say this? There might be a plan in the works for someone changing direction because they're being forced out that way through the wheel of fortune, and moving away swiftly, feeling very heartbroken, but they are balanced and they're very insightful and very nurturing and loving, so they know how to love themselves back, you know, to a healing heart, and they know where to go and who to for help, because we know our Creator's always there for us, and our spirit our spirit guides and ancestors and the angels. So they want you to know that they are accessible pretty much at your, you know, becking and call. They really want you to call on them, they say. Okay, they say we need to turn these around now. I'm going to turn these around for some odd reason. Looks like there's healing going on. I like to see that card. That's really good. So there's been some healing. And somebody really had to go through a hard time, you know, to get around this mountain with, you know, each other, or one with the other. Looks like the man who is like some kind of official person or working in the government or in the military with, you know, this maiden here who looks like she's very defensive. So possibly, you know, it looks to me like if she's shedding old skin, then she's making plans to do something and executing it. So if I say I want to do this, then I'm going to figure out how to do it and do it. In this case, shedding old skin for me is like something emotional. I like to get rid of like emotions that trigger me or bother me, or, you know, that I need to deal with and heal, and just sometimes do it little by little. But there is definitely something that ended here, and it stopped the mental I guess trap they were in, thinking about whatever they were thinking about, or just constantly being in their head, or worried, or wondering, you know. Not the kind of person who is very patient. All right, so there's victory in love in the future. I don't know why they said put those cards down. Yeah, but there's someone who is a heartbreaker for sure. But there's somebody here. There are, you know, coming back to you from, it could be a friend, or it could be like a loving, nurturing, motherly energy, like someone you care about, you know. It doesn't have to be like a lover. It could be a mother. It could be, because it could just be any type of someone that you're fond of, that you care about. You're either thinking of them or they're thinking of you. But yeah, there's a equal give and take in a relationship that's very fulfilling or there's going to be equal give and take with the old skins shedding and, you know, taking charge of your life and being focused and changing to changing other things that would help you evolve. And, you know, trusting, you know, your talents in changing times, being able to use your discernment better and communicate and be more, you know, tender and caring for people. So there's in the near future, starting now, because there's a cycle that just ended where you're in a state of balance, so you should be more at peace. And the goal is to get to the 10 of Cups, ultimate love, ultimate sacrifices to get there too, though, you know. These aren't people that just woke up and they loved each other forever. It's like they worked on it every single day. It was a lot of work, and it always will be. But, you know, if you think it's work, it feels like work, then maybe you're not with the right person. You should be with someone that you naturally, you know, gravitate towards, and that you want to give this to them. You want them to be happy. You want, you know, and so you're able to reason and, you know, compromise and, you know, just communicate well and, you know, find solutions to things if there's anything that's heated, and collaborate well. But I'm seeing now a Queen of Swords, and I'm seeing the marriage card or celebration card, the collaboration card, somebody confused, some knight that wants, is some information, or some knight or somebody that wants to come at you fast, you know, like let's do everything fast, you know. Let's get married, you know, let's have babies, let's, you know, move in together. And, you know, the other person is like, hold on there, cowboy, cowgirl, whatever. So I'm an earth sign. Wait, what sign are you, Capricorns? You're earth sign, right? See, hold on. Yeah, Capricorn. I knew it. Okay. So, you know, you're more of a stable, practical person, steady, stubborn, sometimes can get depressed. Who can't? That's like every sign. Determined. So that's what I see right here is I'm determined. See, I'm going fast and I'm determined, and I know what I want, and this is my truth. Whether it's your truth or not, they have a truth, and they're coming at you with it because, you know, either you're confused or they're confused, but somebody's confused. And I remember this was on the bottom of the deck. So whoever this Knight of Swords is the needs to calm down, and their head needs to just calm down. That's all I can say is calm down. There will be happiness. There will be justice in a marriage, and it will start to collaborate better, and you'll move on to, you know, easier times, calmer waters, so to speak, towards your North Node, you know, more towards anywhere that's more of a loving place. And wherever you're going, you're there to finish up a cycle and learn something new there, right? Because you already started the new cycle of the not the Hierophant, the Hermit, right? So it looks like wherever you went and whatever you learned, you finished, you got through that. So I think that at the moment you have learned with the person that you're with, balance, okay, boundaries, love yourselves, You know, these are all awesome things to learn, even if you had to go through hard times to learn them, you know, or hard times with someone to learn them. If you think about, you know, the heart pain, then, you know, that's all you're going to feel. But if, you know, you think back on fond, you know, memories of like what actually you gained out of it, you know, what were the beauties out of it that you gained from it, then, you know, you can feel like, hey, that's a victory, actually. I thought I was defeated. I was so wrong, but I couldn't see the bigger picture. I couldn't see on the other side. Okay? Because sometimes you guys can get unmotivated, but that's not the norm. You're usually, it's saying stagnant. I don't think so. You're very determined and, you know, can networking, get things done, and you're kind of like a fire sign almost, in my opinion. But these are the keywords from this little doohickey that I picked up. Stable, yes, for sure. Steady, for sure. Probably some stubbornness. Practical, for sure. Yes, of course, everyone gets depressed. Determined, that's the main one, is my guys are saying. Stagnant, you can get yourself stagnant, you know. So if you get stagnant, you need to stop and review your life, and see what needs to go out, what needs to come in, so you can take action and move forward. Don't stay there sulking and, you know, in, I don't know, in whatever you're doing, in, you know, for a long time. Just figure it out, get it done, and move forward, you know, and let the tower fall, you know. Whenever the tower needs to fall, let the tower fall. So the tower is falling, it looks like, with the Queen of, it could be with the Queen of Wands, or the Queen of Wands could be experiencing a transformation, or sudden change, where they're now able to deal with whatever comes their way. So that's the kind of person you are at the moment. You're coming out as the Queen of Wands. So I told you were like a fire sign. I knew I felt fire sign in here. She's a fire sign. Aries. This is Aries. That's me. That's me. My energy must be coming out in here. No, anyway, so I don't know what's going on here, but you are going through a transformation. It's like that wheel, you know, that wheel's like, yeah, get out. Time to go the other way. If you don't get out, I'm throwing you out. Like, I'm sorry. Things have got to change. We got to shake it up, you know, and figure out what we need to do, okay? Be very determined. This is more determination, you know, and wanting to defend his territory, wanting to defend what's important to him, and working towards the 10 of cups. No, sorry, Pentacles. I mean, what earth sign wouldn't, right? Okay, so he's working on his pentacles. He's very good at what he does. And it looks like there's a woman there with him. So I can see that with the collaboration card, they're ready to take it to a new level. And, you know, that's a cause, you know, for celebration, in my opinion, because they get to collaborate and work together and be happy and spend, you know, time together. Also, you know, very laid back people who know how to manifest. And this is near future, you know, with whomever you're with or whomever is coming in, right? So it just seems very laid back, you know, like, what are we going to do today, honey? You know, type of a feeling, you know, and someone, you know, that person then would be like defender, you know, determined, you know, kind of a person. So maybe somebody's pursuing you or wants to pursue you, or maybe you want to pursue somebody. Because there's like a Knight of Cups here, and there's like not only the Knight of Cups, but then you get the Five of Pentacles. So in some relationships, there's a need for more intimacy. I guess that's why this card came out. Because this is a card of detachment, of feeling cold, you know, cold emotionally. You know, maybe you're going through that stage in this time. It says the energy of intimacy supports us, trusting that we are safe to allow closeness. Okay, so now I know before you probably didn't feel like that, but now it's okay for you to allow yourself to feel loved. So some trust has been gained. The Queen decided, and they are working on a Ten of Pentacles. And I think, you know, there's somebody really fighting for it, but then there's also somebody who is detaching and doesn't want to work on it. Like there's no hope. Like I might as well jump out of a building. But there is love here, and it is on the board, and it is true love. But you know, this person just wants joy and love too, just like you. They're very passionate about you. And I mean, even looks like this is another fire sign. So there's a lot of fire. So it feels like, you know, some newness or some new energy. You know, maybe you just started to feel this fire and love for yourself. You know, this shedding the old feels good now. It should feel like a night, like a fire sign, you know, like energetic and motivated and full of ideas, you know. And I mean, all because of love, right? Love heals all. So whether it's, you know, your partner and you know, triggering each other and learning, you know, how to deal with those and ridding them, healing them rather, or someone, you know, coming in with an offer, those are also both on the table. Either way, Ten of Pentacles is going to be there for both parties. They're going to, you know, together or apart, they're going to have their wealth in all areas. But looks like over here, the feminine side, if whichever one you associate with, you know, is trying to call upon her inner strength and her inner wisdom, you know, and use her head and heart, right? One is really loving, one is very strong, and heart is seemingly heartless, but not. So I think this person is growing in strength, and I think this person is the same as this one, right? So the Queen of Wands is this shield maiden. And here we go, right here, smack dab in the middle, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So we have a match over here. So that is above you for some reason. I would say that who you're with is probably your divine counterpartner. If they have those qualities of, you know, King of Pentacles, regardless of what sign they are. But that's nice to see there, that newness of love again, that newness of passion, and you need the both, right? Because intimacy is shown in more than one way, you know. It can be very passionate, very loving, very tender, you know, like I said, very passionate. Say that one again. And what else do we got here? I see there's a King of Cups here. So while this fire sign, whoever it is, this emperor, has bossed up. They also, you know, they have an inner, the inner shell that is very tender, very loving. And so now they've learned to become this, you know, king of cups. They're learning to become this king of cups because they want to get out from this feeling of, you know, detachment or being closed down to each other. You know, he and she, or both, want intimacy, communication, and discernment. Or you do or don't use discernment. So this person is probably the one that you know, is trying to use her discernment, whether, you know, this is healthy for them and they should stay, you know, in it. Is this going to be my partner that collaborates, my divine counterpartner? You know, do I have all the information? Do I need to cut him off? Do I need to support him? You know, is this going to be the person that's going to be my 10 of Cups? Is this my person that's going to be equal give and take? So those are some questions you need to ask yourself about whomever you came here on here for. Okay, because for some of you, you're too much in your head and you're thinking, can't sleep, even causing yourself pain and sickness and illness. And now it's time to get up, get out of bed, become who you were meant to be. Okay, you are now moving on to calmer waters, and you're done being confused. You're done being afraid. You're done being abused, you know, and you're out of there. Like, I'm gone. I'm just cutting it off. Yes, using this knife to cut the relationship. Sever it. Arrivederci. Sayonara. Any word that says goodbye, let go, right? And then this card says, you know, I once was very, you know, much in illusion, but I had an awakening that woke me up to different new precepts. And these new precepts, they made me now be able to, for this to be a thing of the past. Now I can see clearly. I see clearly, and now that I got the clarity that I need right here, I can move forward and onward. Now, who would that be with? I don't know. I do know that this official person seems to have put a lot of effort into the marriage, or this person is a person of honor and very honest, and they have, you know, put in a lot of effort. Or it was, maybe this person thinks that it, you know, it wasn't worth it because it's 22 and it's 4, and it's like they want stability and they're very honorable, but the mountain's too hard and too high, and I've been up and down, left and right a million times, and I can't figure out, you know, where's the entrance? Where's the entrance to unlock the magic, you know, or bring back that loving feeling, you know, from being this lonely, sad, detached person, you know. You want that sun that's on the bottom of the deck, but you know, you're very much in your head, and you decide, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna, you know, cut some ties, and I'm gonna take a chance to opening my heart to new love. You know, I'm gonna see, we'll see what's out there. And I've been putting out good, so I'm sure that good will come back to me, and I'll be here. And when it comes, you know, I'll take a good look at it when I'm ready, And when they're both ready at the same time, then obviously they can move forward. But, you know, there's a lot of things that you guys don't know about each other if you haven't met. And if you have known each other forever, for so many years, and you don't have this closeness that they're talking about and this intimacy, then that's what's the secret. That's what's hidden, is that somebody wants closeness, and, you know, they're not getting it. Somebody wants communication, they're not getting it. And their discernment is causing a separation, as they're realizing that I don't want any more pain in my heart. I want a victory. I want to look back and have good times. I want to have times to celebrate and collaborate, and, you know, be with someone just and honest, who wants to work as hard as I am at our relationship and our money. Okay? So there's no more hiding. The moon has come out. The truth has come out, you know, and people are now making different choices that, you know, lead them towards their happiness, you know, and nothing's set in stone. So unless otherwise, you know, unless things change, right? But I actually do see, because of this relationship that you were in, or you are in, that your strength has gotten you through, you know, your faith, your hope, your joy, your positivity, because now you've got movement. Okay? So if you don't know the next step to get where you need to get to go, or you're busy still sulking, then you can't move forward. So now we've got some movement here, you know, after we've done planting our seeds and made our decisions. Now we're moving towards them, or them towards us. And, you know, in this relationship, we've actually get to learn to become the Empress. And that be solidified. Okay? It's not like, oh, okay, I just learned that I need to keep the vibration of the Empress. It could be a Libra too. This is a Libra card. I need to treat my Empress right. I need to treat my Emperor right. If you're in a divine counterpartner relationship, you know, they can act unkingly and unqueenly as well. You need to keep that romance going over here. But, you know, if all the heartache, again, led you to a victory, being that you're an Empress, then it's all worth it, you know. And you can have, you know, new beginnings, new ideas. You're very fertile with ideas. And, you know how to manifest. Very loving, in her power, knowing her purpose, knowing her worth, and enjoying life. Okay? I see some people and have gone through a rebirth. Ow, right eye is hurting. There's a rebirth, okay, right here. So it's this King of Cups over here is not that person, it's this person. Well, kind of represents both. I feel like I see love here, and I feel love here. I see love both spots. But somebody is wounded, right? See, they're wounded there. They're wounded here. And all they want, you know, this is a judgment. I'm making a judgment on my happiness. And I want to be with my lover that I can have the intimacy with, the communication, the, you know, long walks, you know, and like I said, just being in each other's energy and being happy there. Wanting to hear about the other person and their day and their thoughts and their ideas, you know, and just, you know, very much a spiritual relationship. So that is what they want, whether it's with the person they're with or whether it's someone else coming in. But there's still someone who here is indecisive about something, doesn't have knowledge on something, and is trying to gain knowledge around it so that they can make a decision. So I would feel like it's under this wounded healer here. The Hermit went on it within, so that would make sense. They're meditating, you know, they're going in hermit mode. So they go into hermit mode and they're like, okay, what should I do about this? What should I do about that? How is this going? How is that going? What do I think about this now? What do I think about that now? What do I need to do to get to the next level? What do I need to do to get to where I want to be? And really analyzing, you know, analyzing where they want to go, right? So being self-fulfilled, you know now how to avoid a lot of the dramatic transformations, and you're able to transition through them easier because you've been through them. You know what's happening. Now you have your divine counterpartner understanding on the same level and, you know, helping each other through it. So it's not as hard, you know, to walk away from anything that may creep back up. You know, we always have fears and doubts and, you know, addictions or whatever that may come back up. But, you know, we have partners here to remind us, hey, you know, let me help you with that. Remember, you didn't want to do that anymore. Or remember, you wanted to do this, you know, and really, you know, work on the relationship, right? And collaborate like they're supposed to. So at some point in time, like there is an offer, and your luck does change away from a life where there was, you know, some trickery comes into mind, and a lot of messages of I don't know, something about thinking in the brain, something that was causing him or her to be unbalanced. So thinking about things they shouldn't, and so it caused an imbalance in the relationship. So they were trying to balance thinking their thoughts, and, you know, have more emotional stability, and to have patience, possibly with somebody else, on the other hand, who is in their head, and, you know, trying to figure things out and feels trapped or imprisoned type of a thing. And, you know, if again in this relationship, this is a great opportunity. If in this relationship this person learned to, you know, become a Queen of Cups and learn how to love properly somebody, and not be guarded all the time in their heart, and not be harsh with their words, and learn to be more gentle and humble and tender, then I'd say that's a victory, right? So that's 3 victories today: becoming a Queen of Cups, and Empress, and, you know, healing, and you got the Sun, you got opportunities, you gaining so much enlightenment. So now it should just be a time for you to, you know, to celebrate, you know, do some celebration, you know, something special for yourself, or just write down the things that you've, you know, accomplished in the past month or year or 2 years or 3 or 10 or whatever, and, you know, see how far you've come. Okay, and the Spirit wants me to tell you to congratulate yourself for that. Be happy for that, for those things that you've learned. All those were very special nuggets, very special pentacles that added up to the 10 of Pentacles. And while each pentacle you had to, you know, sow and then be very careful with it to nurture it into, you know, growing and expanding and blossoming, it was worth the wait. Okay, that's the second time I say that. I said that in another video. It was worth the wait. So, you know, it may have taken a long time for the person you're with or your incoming person to come to you with, you know, an offer that is intriguing. Then, you know, you probably would go in a different direction. You just know that you're going towards the sun, your north node, with whomever your lover and divine counterpartner is. So that's where you're going to end up. You know, no matter what you decide, you're going to always gravitate towards, you know, your true love, your true partner. Okay, so that's why I say what's meant for you is always meant for you. You know, what's meant for you will always be yours. Like, you can't lose it. So it looks like in this situation, there is a marriage. Here's the Hierophant with this King of Cups and you, or vice versa. However you resonate, this roles could reverse, time's fluid, as other readers say. And I see a King of Wands that feels betrayed, and it has gone through a rebirth, because that's pretty much done. He's at the end of being able to handle any more. They can't handle any more swords. So he's like, okay, well, here's a new offer. This is what I have to offer you. I have to offer you that sun, 10 of Cups, 10, you know, of Pentacles. You know, I have love to give you to heal, right, that broken heart here, so that, you know, death to ego is all that's dying and not the relationship. You are my Empress. You are an Empress. You know, we've learned to love each other. You know, or some people are literally, looks like, going through a divorce. There's the Hierophant and the 10 of Swords with the King of Wands. Okay. So it's another Aries sign. I mean, fire sign. Yeah, that is Aries. Let me see. I know the Queen of Wands is, I'm not sure the King of Wands, but anyhow, I see that, you know, somebody's watching somebody. Somebody's cutting something off. There's some kind of bad news. You know, this is too much for me. You know, I'm ready to let this down. I can't carry this anymore. You know, very stressed out, and, you know, defensive. You know, but it looks like this is moving to a calmer place, though, right? So it's a big rebirth that's going. You can see this as a cycle, but it's almost seeming like there's a cycle ending here somehow. So there's the High Priestess. She's known for her deep intuition and knowing, and also, you know, having secrets, and definitely, you know, what always I like to say is that, you know, she is although she is very intuitive, she is psychic, she also only gets the information that she gets. It's not like she gets to decide, I get to know everything. You know, you grow in your, you know, your knowledge of the spiritual laws and of spirituality, and you grow and you evolve. But, you know, there's just sometimes that, you know, you're not going to know the answers, and you're not supposed to know the answers. But and then when the time's right, you'll get the enlightenment you need. Okay, so for now, just wait, and and don't worry about it, and go with the flow, right? And then you always be guided. This is saying you always be divinely guided. They know that you're working towards your goals and dreams, and that you're not quite there, and you're sad about that. And you're focusing too much on the things that are going wrong instead of going good, and that's the reason why you can't move forward. So when you start focusing on the positive, and you just move along, heal and move along. This is after a tower moment. This is after a rebirth. Now you got the star card. You're healed and you're balanced, so you're moving past lower levels of, sulking forever, at least. I mean, definitely grieve when necessary, but, don't, like I say, take out your tent and gear and, like, unpack it like you're going to live there forever in this state of loneliness and guilt and shame and blame and hurt and regret and whatever else, right? So you might be getting some new offers coming in. Could be good news also. I'm getting good news, probably in the sector of money, only because we've got King and Queen of Pentacles on the board. The Ace of Pentacles came out. We have the Page of Pentacles here, Nine of Pentacles. And so this feels, I don't know why, but sometimes I've seen how the pentacle can be love, but I never saw how a love could be pentacle. So this is like offers from somebody who is sincere and generous and loving, and they want to see you succeed. I don't know why, but they do. They want to see you succeed is what I keep getting the message. So, it could be a coworker, or it could be a friend, or it could be your sister or brother. But somebody is offering you their love, their time, their energy. How can I help you? I'm offering you my love, and I'm offering you my support. Let's grow this love. Let's grow this friendship. Let's grow this business, right? So there's money to be had, and it's an offering up there. You both end up getting to the magician stage so that you can manifest anything that you want, but you only manifest those things that are right and righteous. Let's see that right side up. He's not manipulative. Let's see which way he's pointing here. Up and down. So someone who may also be like a medium, you can hear the people from the spirit realm, and those gifts may be growing, and they bring you more joy as they bring you closer to feeling more in your power, strength, and knowing who you are and knowing your abilities. They're saying that you're stronger than you know you are. Like, you don't even know the strength. They're saying the power. It's not strength. They're saying power. You don't know the power you have. Use it wisely. I mean, I've always heard them say, use your power wisely. I never stopped to think power, like how much power I really have. How much power do I have, and to do what? So figure that out, find that out. If you want to increase your talents or abilities in another area, you're easily going to be able to manifest that. And so go for it. Whatever is in your heart, whatever you get prompted to do, everything will be laid out for you. So I don't know why I want to put this over here, because it seems like another victory that you are now the magician, but I also want to put it over here. So yeah, this deck over here also got manifested. So they're saying you can manifest whatever you want, right? Because these are two different people. So you have basically, you know, you can choose, but to use your emotions, and your passion, and your love, and make sure you collaborating with your brain and your heart. And they see that you want to ascend spiritually, and that you're looking for a partner, and a partner also to grow in Pentacles with, which, like we talked about, someone who's just, someone who's able to be nurturing, and then able to be courageous, and vice versa, like they've integrated their divine masculine, their divine feminine. And there's definitely divine feminine here, and the big card on the bottom, there's definitely divine masculine here, the counterpartners. And then this relationship here, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but I know that it can work, it sounds like. That's what I hear, it can. And then I see it, that's what's being worked on. It looks like there's like a new start, like new ideas, new passions, like really working together, and changing in the life, in the realm of the intimacy, and more communication, and passionate communication, and not with harsh words, and just very in tune with the spirit, and discerning if the intentions behind the person. Okay, so if you have to be like, let me pray about this, I wonder if I'm gonna feel loved here or not. I mean, you should go by what you feel. You will know. Don't say in your mind, oh yeah, but I'll do this. Don't use justifications. Yeah, but such and such and such. So you need to, become like the pre-empress, and, make the hard decisions, whatever decision that is that you came up with. There could be many of them, but just not the ones that I told you to stay away from. So it looks like there's a little bit, so the Emperor is coming out again, and it looks like he's a little bit unbalanced, he's a little bit unbalanced at the moment. Not sure why. I guess there's internal battles of some kind of fear about the justice system, or some kind of justice with their partnership, and if it's going to end or not. So I guess that would be from here on this side here, the Madame and the King of Cups. So the outlook is good, and like I said, the victories came, with you guys growing together spiritually. That's why I said write down the things that you have learned together, so you can see and remember those things when times are rough, and you're like, this is hard, and you're in the thick of something. You're like, yeah, but remember those other 5 things that we learned, and how hard it was, but how it made us progress and grow, and change the whole dynamics, night and day, from the way it used to be, and that made more peace or happiness, or reaching goals, or what have you. So don't let fear creep in. Don't, you know, be so much, you know, beating yourself up, or, you know, thinking that, you know, you're any less than anybody else, or fighting with yourself, you know, over anybody else either. You know, that would be also something in the devilish area that would not cause justice, you know, for this Two of Cups partnership. And, you know, because then all of the water in this cup of this Ace of Cups would turn upside down, and we all know what that means. So, oh, let's see. I'm going to throw some of these cards right here. I just love cards. I know you guys like to read those sometimes on the, it became a love reading. So let's see. Forgiving and learning, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So free yourself from being who you're not. Be your authentic self. You know, the real you, the authentic you, your best self, right? Be the best version of you that you can be. Free yourself by allowing yourself to be yourself. Okay, and it says forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. So you should be experiencing more love in your present moment, because I can definitely see Empress out here, and Queen of Cups. I can see the Nine of right here of Pentacles, and Queen of like I said, Empress and Emperor twice. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So there could be a relationship on rocks. Chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So in another relationship, it's possible that, you know, there is a straw pull, kind of like twin flames. Very soon, clearly decide what you want, so that it comes to you now. So if you want a better love life, then ask for that. You know, if you want someone new to come in, ask for that. If you want the one you're in to work out, then work on it, intend it, and ask for it. And if you believe, then you receive. Whatever you believe, that's what's going to be, you know, your belief, and you're going to make that happen, and you're going to live your life in the manner of whatever it is that you believe. So as soon as your beliefs change, so does your behavior and the way you do things, or the way you interact with people, or what have you. Let's see here. So we can pull any of these romance angel cards. Thank you for the cards given thus far, and we ask that you please show us any cards, any messages that you have for the viewers that will come here to visit, and they will find some very good gems that they need and pass it along. What can they pass along to a friend that needs to know about past before them, you know, possible roadblocks, intentions of people, characteristics of people coming in, characteristics of the people they're with. Let's see. But yeah, you guys are on fire right now. You're in Emperor mode, whether you're, you know, I know you're Capricorns, but, you know, you already established, you know, going through all of the kings and queens for Emperor and Empress. So you're ready to make your life exactly how you want it, and, you know, be gone with, you know, negative thinking, internal battles, negativity, period, of any sort that doesn't make you feel joy and happiness. I see yellow all over the board, right? And blue for calm. So now you're entering into a very calm and joyous, loving stage where love never ends. You know, it's constant. It's like a constant recycling of love just between you, your partner, you and whoever you're tethered with that you love, or you and your loved ones in general. You know, that you just have a better, like, calmer aura around you, so that you can you know, not be easily swayed, right? You can take a step back, look at things, analyze. You're not, like, you know, all in your head too much, or, you know, worried too much about the future where you can't sleep, and, you know, you're not sure what to do, and you don't have clarity, and you're not getting answers, and you're allowing tower after tower to happen in your life, you know, for failure to, you know, deal with it, they say, some people. So the people who are not dealing with the things that they need to rid to have a healthy relationship are those ones ending in divorce. And the ones that are working on things, you know, they're expressing, you know, closeness, and they're having effective communication. Any communication, period, is good. And they are revolving this around their discernment, you know. And I see they both, you know, want joy and happiness and love. So I see a lot of joy everywhere. The first card that came out says, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. So whomever you're with, you are being guided. They're saying this is your guidance to give your relationship a chance. For how long? I don't know. Only you'll know, okay? But you love each other very much. And so that's why they're saying, I hear, don't give up. Why? Because they love each other dearly. So if this King of Cups that's sitting here on his throne, you know, is really not one who's just sitting there, you know, pretending to be one, but is acting loving and being supportive, and you know, promoting good communication and closeness, intimacy, spirituality, then it looks like, you know, that's what will save the marriage or save the relationship. You know, whoever can step into that king of cups or queen of cups energy, you know, and you need to model it back to each other. And if, you know, you can't model that love back to each other, then, you know, it's hard to live in that energy, and I would understand why you would go in a different direction. But I guess I'm not telling you anything you don't know about, probably not, you know, communicating or discerning, you know, or, you know, needing to be close. You know, I know everybody has free will, and so we can't make people do things. But they're saying that prayer works, and if you believe. So they're calling you to believe in all new beginnings, all possibilities. And, you know, the guidance from the angels is to work on your relationship. So there's going to be healing in this relationship. And you're going to get past the loneliness, the sadness, and you're going to be able to celebrate and have grand opportunities, and, you know, plan to go places, and fortune changing, you know. And just remember that everything, I mean, time, you know, is the one thing that's not constant. I mean, it changes. All the time, we're constantly evolving. So that's why they say right here to be in a detached mode. See, these people are tethered. They're like, not tethered, they're actually bonded. This is not a tethering. They're shackled, you know. I mean, they probably want to be there. Maybe they don't. I don't know. Some people don't realize they're in a toxic relationship. Or some people or enjoy, you know, drinking, smoking, any of the addictions. They enjoy where they're at. And we're not here to judge, right? We're here to help people through those hard times, right? So, either way, Lady Justice is here. And there is, in fact, a Two of Cups on the board. And so I know you're looking for true love. It says, express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So if you're the one who hasn't been being the example, you know, in holding back your love, then they're saying that if you hold back your love, then you really can't say that you gave it your all or your best if you didn't put down all of your love, all of your trust, you know, or what have you. But if you feel like you have and you did, then, you know that you did. And I mean, you don't have any explaining to do to anybody about anything. You can make your choices to move in a different direction. But that is not the guidance. The guidance is that they see that you're doing the right thing, and they want you to continue to do them. Continue to get closer. Continue to communicate more effectively. Continue the growth in spirituality and the changing and the blossoming, and, you know, focusing on the positive and the growth and the abundance. There is true love here. This is the romance of a lifetime. So, yeah, that could be for the person you're with, or the person coming in. It's landed over person, I think, coming in. But for the relationship that has hope, these two cards here say give your relationship a chance and express your love. So it says work on your partnership. I mean, I don't know why you'd have to work on your partnership, but I see that it needs work. I do see some, you know, toxicity and things that could be handled differently, more tenderly, you know, and not so much of a dramatic way. But this says express your love, to go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So if that's not what you're used to, then go ahead and do it. You know, don't wait for someone else to be the one to express love. You know, pull out your what's it called, 5 Love Languages book, and, you know, ask him which one he is, or figure out which one he is by reading it. And you know, maybe you guys can commit to doing something like that. So that your marriage can flourish, you know. But I really don't know what you would do to express your love. I mean, I would say to ask the person, you know, do you feel loved? You know, if not, what can I do to make you feel more loved? You know, now that your love is grown and, you know, you want them to be happy, you know, y'all are more balanced and things are more calm. And he seems very concerned, like he loves her very much now. Not like, ugh, I don't want to talk to you. You know, I have another card that looks like that. This one is like, he's looking at her with concern, and she's like falling in his arms, you know. And she's just like telling him all her emotions so that she can try and get him to understand what she's feeling, or he. I keep saying she because it's a girl. Okay, sorry. Can reverse the roles. But either way, it's saying whomever you turned on this video for, or whoever comes to mind when I say give your relationship a chance, work on the partnership, that's, you know, the one I'm talking about. So I mean, it can be with the person you're with, It could be an offer that comes in, you know, for work, you know, that becomes a partner. It could be any partnership, any of your relationships that you have. But this has been a love reading, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's, you know, with your partner, okay? Last but not least, I feel like if you don't know how to surrender to God, right, and you're trying to control your situation all the time and know everything and make things happen, you know, that are not naturally happening, but force things to happen, you know, that, you know, it becomes very emotionally draining. And I think that's why it's saying here to surrender, to rest and sleep. Okay. They're also saying that, you know, to prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peacefully sleep to rejuvenate your mind, your body, and your spirit. So most of all, that's your spirit, okay? So when you go to sleep, you know, set your intentions or prayers, and make sure that you get enough sleep and not to do too much to where you feel emotionally drained. Okay, it could be someone that needs to take some vitamin D, or D3 rather. She's outside in the sun and she just looks like she needs energy, right? Because she's depleted. So I'm not a doctor, but like I said, that's what came to mind. And, you know, just needing that rejuvenated feeling that goes with, hey, I just got out of a really sucky, you know, dark night of the soul, and I just, you know, I just need a little bit of rest before I get up and start this new life, you know, this new person that I am, you know, that requires a lot more energy, but positive energy. So it's going to bring joy to you, but it will be different getting back in the rhythm of things once, you know, you're burnt out. So try to prevent burnt out is what I'm hearing. I just read that too. Okay, I'm not going to read all these, but surrender. I'll read you the top portion. Surrender to low self-esteem. Surrender to joy. Surrender to your attachment to results, right? Go with the flow. Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. You're unique. You're amazing. You got gifts and talents, and use them. Surrender to the wonder and to the awe of life. This will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow. That sounds delightful. Surrender to effortlessness, okay? Don't resist. Just go with the flow. So no pushing so hard, okay? The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river, okay? The art of living means going with the flow instead of trying to force the river. Surrender to effortlessness. And then the last one I get is goes here. It would have been a popper, and it did pop out actually. What am I saying? Surrender to the beauty of the natural world. So you're needing to ground yourself, you're needing to refresh, you're needing to connect with the spirit realm, and better this is done out in the woods or with the trees in particular, and just with, you know, natural light and beauty around you, you know, brilliant bright colors. Take a relaxing break and spend time in nature. Replenish yourself by feeling the beauty of the ecstasy there. And again, with the sun. So I'm telling you, I don't know if they're talking about you'll need some vitamin D3, or if they're talking about the sun as in, you know, the people in general who are Christians, like myself, and they believe in, you know, Jesus. And so they could literally be talking about the Son of God, as that's what the Christians call them. Or it could be talking about the literal sun, meaning Jesus of Christ. I was looking for my cards from him, but I can't find them at the moment. So that's going to be the end here then of this reading, and thank you for joining me, liking, subscribing, and reach out to me at highpriestesshealer@yahoo.com for a personal reading. I would love to give you one, and please come back again. I thank you for joining me during this time. Namaste.